Okay, good evening to you all. Today is 1st February 2025, which is the continuation of our week 17 of this 6 month virtual internship. So this is like part two of the week 17. So we held part one, that is day before yesterday, and today we are continuing with the part two of week 17. So, like always, we start by showing our outlines. That is what we are to cover for the week. So, since this is just a continuation, we are topping up some of the topics that we are going to cover, and we will match them with all what you have learned day before yesterday to make it a complete week. So, we'll have a recap on week 17. That is part one of week 17. And today we are going to talk about distinct. We'll also talk about alias, sum, average, minimum, maximum, len, lower, upper, substring, concatenate, in, not in, like, top, order by, group by, having clause, join, inner join, left join, right join, full join, how to save your work, SQL wrap up, and then question and answer, and we call it a day. So this is going to be massive. I believe me, this is one of the, maybe I can say it can be the toughest week. And as you can see, we have about 28 outlines plus about six of them that we treated, or five of them we treated last day before yesterday. So if you add them together, we have about 30 something outlines that we are going to cover. Okay, so let's continue. So if you can recall last day before yesterday, that is uh part one of this week 17. We just started talking about comment in SQL, and we also talk about select from, how to rename a column, how to update a data, and we started talking about where clause. And in where clause, if you can recall, I treated comparison operators, logical operators, all using where command in SQL. So we treated that. So today this is what we are going to treat. And I think let me open my, what do you call it? Let me open uh, my studio so that we can start. Okay, I'm coming. I'm opening my studio and I'm sharing back my screen. So if you can see my screen, let me know so that we can continue. Can you all see my screen, please? So let me open this new query, and here we go. Okay, that's good. So the first one we are going to start talking about is distinct. So what this distinct clause did for you is that, you know, uh we can, when we want to count, let me say count if, it's like count if, it will only count distinctive value for you out of the row that you are, out of the column that you want to count. For example, you want to know how many types of gender you have, or how many categories of sectors you have. That's what it will count for you. So it will count distinctive value for you. That what it will do for you. That what distinct did for you. So first of all, let me use our database. We're going to use this Hammad database. So first of all, I'm going to say select, then from. So let me say from our this Nigeria, and then I say select all. So I already show you how to do this, and this is our data. So let's say we only want to count states distinct of state column. That's what we want to count. Distinct of state column. That's what we want to count. So let's say, for example, we want to say count distinct, then you write distinct. That's what you are going to write. So after that, then inside this, then you pass the name of your column inside the what? Inside the parentheses that you open. So let's say we want to count state. So count distinct states from Nigeria. So when we count it, it's going to count the state. It will return the number of state for us, this distinct value, not count. It will return this distinct value that we have on that state. That means we have this null, we have this Sokoto, and we have Zamfara. These are the only state that we have, these distinct values that we have under state column. For example, if we want under gender, if we do it like this, it's going to give us this. Under gender, it will only return males and females. If we want it under sector, we execute it, it will only return the three sectors that we have, which is we have data science, we have graphic design, and we also have what? And we also have software. So this is what these things did for you whenever you have the data and you want to know the distinct value you have under the data. You just apply the distinct, and that distinct command will bring that to you, and you will also only see what what are the distinctive values that you have under that particular column. So that's what this distinct did for you. So we are done with this, and I believe you know how to work with this distinct. So the next thing we are going to talk about, let me talk about sum first. We're going to talk about sum. Sum, you know what sum is all about. We apply sum whenever we want to what? Whenever we want to calculate or have a total of something. So by default, under this data, let me bring back the select also that we'll look at the data. We have the salary. Let's say, for example, I want to get the entire salary, the total salary that we are paying people. Let's say you are the accountant or you are the financial manager of the company. You want to know the total amount of salary you are going to pay. So you are going to use what? You are going to use sum function for you to get that. So let me show you that. All what you need, you say select. So when you say select, then you say sum, open bracket, and you write the name of the column, which is salary. So when you say select sum salary from that table of Nigeria, when you calculate it, it will return 1,200,000 for you as the total salary that you are going to pay your what? Staffs. So understand this. This sum salary, you sum the entire salary. If you recall that where clause that we did yesterday that I told you is to filter. Day before yesterday, we treated where I told you where to filter something that you want. Let's say, for example, I want to know only the total salary of the people that are under graphic design department, or they are under data science department, or I want to know the total salary of only females, or the total salary of only males. It will return that for us. So we are just coming down here and see where. So you say it where gender is equals to what? Is equals to male. So now if I execute it, it will return the only total salary of those that are males. This is for only male gender. And if I want for a particular sector, I can say where sector is equals to data science. Now, if I execute, it will only return the salary of total salary of the people that are under data science. If I want, I can use and, I can use or, I can use all such operators for me to filter the way I want the summation of the salary. Please do you understand this? So this is what this sum is doing for you, and is very, very easier to use in SQL. So this is what this sum command is all about. The next thing we are going to treat is we are going to talk about alias. So for alias, it's just for you to create a temporary column when you are writing your commands. It's just a temporary column when you are writing your command, or it's just a column that you want to create rename a separate column based on your command or based on your result. For example, you see now, when I get the total salary of these people that are under data science, it only shows me what? No column name. So I want to rename this column. As this column is coming out as a result, I want to rename it with a name. That's what alias is all about. So to create an alias, that is to give name to this particular column of this result, you need to come here. When you put select sum salary, for example, just come at the end and say as, then you give the name that you want to rename the column. Let me just call it select data science underscore Because it's a name, I don't want to put the name with space. So the best practice is to put underscore. So I can say data science total underscore salary. So data science total underscore, that is data science total salary. That's what the name of this column is going to be. So let me execute. You see, the name of this column is what is now data science total salary. So that's what alias is all about. Whenever you want to know that, you use alias to give the name to the column that will bring the result that you executed in SQL. So that's what alias is all about. So don't forget alias, you always put this alias as something. So that is whenever you have your command base, then you put as. So that as, any name you put here is what the result column is going to take as alias. So that's what alias is all about. The next thing we are going to talk about, I'm removing this alias. Let me delete this alias. And we are going to talk about average. We're going to talk about average. You all know what average is all about, so I don't need to explain that. But to get average in SQL, you need to just come here and put average. So I'm just going to write it for you. So what you are going to say, select. Let me say from, I told you this is the best practice. You need to start it like this. So what we are going to say select average AVG. That's for average salary. So you need to see the average salary of the entire staffs under this company. So when you click here, it will tell you the average salary is 109,019 naira. That's the average salary. So if I want to know the average salary of the people from graphic design department, I will see where sector is equals to graphics design, then it's going to return the average salary of the people that are under graphic design. If I want for the people that are under, maybe that are from Zamfara, so I can say where state is equals to what, then I can see where state is equals to Zamfara. So it depends on how you want to filter it. You see, it doesn't have any column name, but if I want, I can say as, I can give it a name. I can say average, I can say AVG Zamfara state. So if I execute it now, it will return AVG Zamfara State or AVG salary. Okay, average salary of Zamfara State, or what you want, you can rename it the way you want to do it. So that's how to get the average in what? In SQL. The next thing we are going to get is we are going to get the minimum. So again, I'm going to say from Nigeria, and we want to know the minimum salary that we have under this particular company. It's very, very simple. All you need to is to put, you can start by selecting the salary. For example, select salary. When you select the salary like this is the something, if you want to learn it, just come before it and say what it means. Then you open parentheses and you close it. Then you execute. It will only return the minimum salary for you, which is 60,000. That's the minimum salary. If you want to filter it by maybe by sector or by gender or by state or by LGA or by whatever you want, you can filter it using your where command to do that. So if you want to get the minimum, this is how you get the minimum. And also if you want to get the maximum, all you need is to remove the minimum and write the max, and you can get it like this. It's going to give you 350 as the maximum salary that we have under this company. So this is it. So the next thing we are going to get is that we are going to talk about length. You all know what Len did for you. You know Len in SQL, you know Len in Power BI, so it's not something new. We are going to learn how to get Len of each character using SQL query. So the next thing we are going to say, I'm going to say select all from Nigeria. That's the name of our table. Then I'm going to execute. It will give us everything. So let's say, for example, I want to know the length of every name, the length of every name. I believe I told you how to select a particular column that you want. I show you that day before yesterday how to select a particular column that you want. That is, just write the name of the column and you will see it. So what we are going to see now is we are going to select a particular column of full name, and then we want to see the length of each full name. That is the characters of each full name. So we are going to say select full underscore name, Let me execute it for you. You are going to see only full name. So what we are going to see, we put comma, and after that, we need to get the length. So we're going to say len, open bracket, and we pass the full name again. Len, full name. We want to see the length of each full name. So if you execute it now, you see it's going to give us the names, and it's going to create another column of the length of each particular name. So if we want, we can create alias and say what names character or whatever we want. We can say names characters, for example, and then you execute. So it's going to say full name, and it's going to say names characters for you as the name of the column where the characters of each name is going to fall under. So this is how you get the len, and then how to get it the way you want to get it. You select it with this and select it, because now if you leave it as full name, let me show you what will happen. This full names character is going to be at the end. Look at it here, is at the end, but I just don't want all other columns. The only column I want is the full name column. I just have the full name column, and if I execute it, it will only return that for me. Okay. Okay, sorry, I just select only full name, and this is it. So that's for the len. The next thing we are going to talk about how to get a lower upper under SQL. You all know what that lower and upper did. So what I'm going to do, let's say I'm not deleting this. Let me just do this. Okay, sorry, from Nigeria. So now if we select it, we are going to see a name here like this. So let's say, for example, I want to create the upper. I want to turn all the names to be upper. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say upper, open bracket, then I say full underscore name. You see, and then it will turn everything in here to be what? To be upper. So if you want to turn it to lower, you don't need to waste time. All you need is to come here and change it to lower. Then you execute it, and it will turn all the names to what? To lower characters. This is how you use the lower and also proper. All these are very, very easy. I know you know it's kind of very easy to use. So the next thing that we are going to learn in this, we are going to talk about substring. I think we did substring in Excel. Even if we didn't, I think in my video of that it's one formula in Excel, I talk about substring. And this substring is like you extracting a particular numbers, you are extracting figures, or you are extracting characters from a particular column. Like the way we did it using right, mid, left function in Excel. That's how you can do it using that substring in SQL. For example, we want to create alias, or we want to create ID, or we want to do something, we can go ahead and do that. So what we are going to do is for this substring, let's say we want to remove three characters from each name. That's what we want to do. We want to remove three characters from each particular name. That's what we want to do. So let's try and do that. So the way we are going to use this substring is that, first of all, you are going to say select the way I told you. So let me just do it like that. I'm going to say select the first thing. Let's say, let me select the full name. Or let's just not keep working with full name. Let's use something else. Okay, let's use full name is the same. If you want to use something else, just change the name of the column and you can use that. So if I select only this, so I want to remove only let's say three characters, like I said, or four characters from each name. So how are we going to do is you need to use the substring. So you are going to say substring open bracket. So inside this open bracket, you are going to pass three parameters inside it. Number one, you need to pass the name of the column. Number two, you need to pass where you want to start removing the character. That is from which character you want to start, like the way we use mid function in Excel. Number three is how many characters you want to extract from the text. So that's how it works, and that's how you use this. So the number one thing you need to pass is the name of the column. So I'm going to pass the name of the column, which is full name. Second thing is from which character do you want to start? We want to start from character one. So we want to say 0. That is character 0, that where we want to start from it. Comma, how many characters we want to remove. We want to remove three, and that's all. So when you execute, it will remove only three false characters from each particular name. As you can see, it removes, okay, sorry, you need to remove from ones, because when you say zero, it will just say zero, then it will say one and two. So that what it will return to you, you only see two, not three. So let's say from one, we want it to start from one, and let's do this. You see, so now it brings that three characters for you because we start from one. So it's going to say one, two, three, and stop from three. And now we are seeing three, 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 as you can see here. So this is how you do this substring to extract something from the name. So one thing about this, if you want to have the name again, the way we did it under this len, so I can add this name, comma, then I put my substring in front of it and I will execute. And now it's going to create this for us. So we have the full names and we also have the three characters extracted from each particular name. If you want, you can rename it using alias and you can put whatever you want in that. So this is how you use this what? How you use uh this substring. The next thing we are going to talk about is concatenate. So you see, we have concatenate function. You all use concatenate function in Excel. So I don't need to waste time to explain what all this is all about. All I need to explain is just to show you how to do that. So let's say, for example, uh, I want to concat. Let me select everything. From, so let me select all from Nigeria so that we see what we want to concat. So let's say we want to concat, um, we want to concat full name and gender. Or let's say we want to concat state and LG. That's what we want to concat. We want to concat state and LG. So all you need to is to just call the concat function, which is concat the way it is updated in Excel also, not more concatenate. So inside the double bracket or inside the parentheses that you open, you need to pass three things or you need to pass two things. The way we did it in Excel is the same. All you need is to call the name of the columns. So now if I say full name underscore name, comma, and I say gender, for example, it will concat gender and full name for us. You see, Aisha Ahmad male. So you see, there is no space between this name and the other gender that we concat. So you come here and you put space the way we did it in Excel. Exactly that how you are going to do it here. So all you need is to put single quote, you put space, you put single quote, you put comma, and then you execute. It will add space for you. If you want, you can put any character. You can put dash like this. You can do it like this. It will add dash at the end of each name, and it's going to be like this. So that's what concatenate is in what? In SQL. It's very, very easy. You see, it's just kind of the way you learn it there. Now you are just trying to learn how to write the query, and it's very easy. That's why I used to tell people whenever you are learning all these data analytics and whatever, once you fail to start it from the foundation, that is to start from spreadsheet and upwards. Once you didn't start it from there, believe me, you miss a lot. And I'm telling you, whenever you are learning all this, you think that you are learning something big. It's very easy. All this SQL and anything you are going to learn, even if I'm to teach you R now, when we started learning R, maybe when you are learning R, you started learning, you just feel like all these things, I know them. It's just you don't know how to write them in it, in the maybe in the software, in the language or whatever. So it's not something big. It's not something, you know, that someone will just waste time and think that it's just. But people will come. No, I don't want to learn Excel. I want to start from SQL because people think SQL is what he's hearing and whatever. But if you understand all this, you know how to do them in Excel. You learn Power BI. You follow it step by step. Believe me, all this that we are doing, you'll just be like, okay, this is how SQL is. So we feel like SQL is something that big and this and that. So this is it, and this is what concatenate is all about. And I believe you can all write concatenate query in SQL. So the next thing we are going to talk about, we are going to talk about in. We're going to talk about in and not in. So in and not in is just a query that when you want to return data but that data you want it to be under a particular command, or you want it to be under a particular segregation. For example, I want to return the salary of all the people that are from data science. I want to return the people from data science. Let's say that what I want to return, whether they are males, whether they are females, whether they are whatever, I want to do that, but only people that are from data science. So I use that in to do that, and it will return it for us. That's what this in command is all about. But you use this in using where command. So we need to use where, and we use in to do that. Let me show you what this did, and you will say that, yeah, this command is okay and it's good. So let me say this. I want to return, what did I want to return in this in? So let me say I want to return or select all where, let me see, where states in, that what I want, where state in Zamfara. So now, okay, sorry. Okay, I think I need to put it inside double quote. Sorry. Yeah, where state, you need to put it inside double quote. That what I missed before. Where state in Zamfara. What this did for us is that it will return all the data of the people where the state is in Zamfara. That is where there is a Zamfara in their state. Anybody that is there, it will return that for us. I can say that now, for example, I can say I want to return position, only position of the people where their state is in Zamfara. If I say this, it will return these are the only position of the people that understand this in. Understand this in. This thing is not like that operators that we use is not like that. It's not like all such filtering operators. Now it will return all the list of the position that you have, but only position of the people that are from Zamfara state. Now, if I want all the position, but to exclude those that are not from Zamfara, then we'll use not in. Then I will add not in. That is where state not in Zamfara. So it will mean that it will return all the position, but it will remove any position that is from Zamfara state. It will remove that position for us. That means any position you did not see here, that means that position, someone from Zamfara has that position. So I can even get the gender, return position not in females. That is only position that owns, that only males has such position. So you see COO, director, software, this position are owned by what? By males. But any other position you did not see here is either owned by female or male, but it's not only belong to males. So this is what this in and not in did for you. So you can use it to filter all this. You can get all data that you want in this, or you can extract or just get the only data that you want using this in and also not in. So we use this in and not in with what? With where clause. So the next thing we'll talk about like. We will talk about like. Let me explain what this like did. Like is not like this in that we use. Like is that it will return a specific name that qualifies a specific condition that you give it. For example, I want to return all the names that started with A. I want to return the names. So you will use that command to return them. Or I want to return all the names that has FE in them. It will return it for you. Or I want to return all the names that end with LE. It will return all the names or all the characters that you want with that. This is what this like did for you. But let me explain this like to you. There are two things you need to understand in this like. One, just understand this. Let me put comment so that I'll explain it inside comment. Let me put it inside comment. Let me use one line. Okay. Now, if you use underscore, each underscore means you are removing a character from any list of the name that you want to apply like to it. For example, let me say this. For example, we have male. If I come under this like and before and I put underscore a l, it means I'm removing m. It will start from what? A l. That means I'm removing what? M. If I put two underscore, it means I'm removing this and this. Then I'm looking for the name that if we remove first and second character, the name has AL in it. We are looking for that name. This is what this means. If I add another underscore, then I'm removing three characters, then it starts from the characters that we want. Please understand this number one thing. That what this underscore did under like plus. The next thing, after this underscore, we have percentage sign. This percentage sign, it means whatever started from the beginning. In as much as there is AM, please, we want it to return that name for us. We don't care about whatever started from the beginning. And I can also come to the end, I put it. All I need is the name that had AM, that has AM in it. I don't care whether it has characters before or it has characters after the AM. All I need is for it to return AM. So whenever you put this sign, it means you don't care about whatever is before the characters you are looking for. If you put it at the end, it means you don't care about whatever characters that are at the end of what you are looking for. That's why this underscore, you can put it at the end, you can put it at the end, you can put it from the beginning. That means I'm removing two characters from the end of the name or from the end of whatever I'm looking for. I'm doing that. Please, do you understand this? It's not confusing. We are going to apply it, and believe me, it's not going to kind of confuse you when we apply that. So let's come and do it, and so that you are going to see how it works. So now, well, what we are going to do is we are going to say, let's say select, let me select all from Nigeria where, so I'm removing this. So I'm saying where like, so you see where like, for example, what we are going to say, we are going to say where, first of all, let's start with the name, where gender like, so inside this single quote, you are going to pass the character you want to get. So I'm going to say where like, if I say a a, then I will just close it with percentage. That is where the name start with A. So what I want is the name must start with A, but whatever ends from the name, I don't care. I just want to see the name that started with what? With A. So now if you execute, it will look at it now. It will not return anything. Why? Because you remove anything after this A, you remove anything after this A, and also you start with A. So there is no any name that start with A alone. Know that name. There is no any name that start with what? That start with A. So let's remove it now and see. Okay, sorry. Sorry. We leave it. We leave it. We leave it. We leave it. It's not a gender. I'm supposed to put full name. It's supposed to return a list of the names with A. So I use gender, that's the issue. So what I said, let me repeat it. What I said is that you need A, then you don't care about anything that ends after the A. You don't care about that. All you need is you need to have the any name that started with A. So even if it has any other words after, you don't care about that. So now if you execute it, it will return the list of only the names that started with what? That started with A. Only the names that started with A. Let me show you something. If I put, for example, AI, and then I execute it, it will return only those that started with AI. That's what it will return for us. So now, if for example, I want the name that started, let me say, that has second character to be S. That's the name that I want to return. Their second character or third character to be S. So I'm going to put 2_. Then I'll put S. Now, it will return the names that the third character of the name has S in them. Or in the names. You see, AIS. So that way when we put S, it returns this particular name for us because the name has S. If I put M, the name that the third character of the name has M, then it return this name Ahmad Aminu Ahmad for us. So this is what this like did for you. So now if you want, for example, I can say where any name that the third character is male, for example, let me just say this. So it will return nothing for us. It will return nothing for us. Okay, it's character. Okay, let's say gender. So for gender, it will definitely return all the genders for us. Why? Because all the gender, if you remove two characters, look at it. We remove two characters and it also has male in it. But look at it now. If I said this, now it will return only male. It will return only male. But if I said this, maybe I don't care about whatever it has from the beginning. All I need is it has the word male in it. Now it will return everybody for us. Look at it. We have male, we have female, we have everything. Why? Because we said we don't care about whatever it begins with. In as much as there is this word male within the name, we want that particular gender to appear for us here. So this is what this like did for you, and you can go ahead and work with it if you want. So that's the for the like. So let's continue. So the next thing we are going to talk about is top. So what we are going to talk about is top. So let me just remove this where. So we'll talk about top. So but the top is just for you to get the top number that you want. The top, maybe top 10, top 5, top 6 that you want. That's what you want to get. Maybe from this data, I want to look at the top 3 of them. So that's what I want to see. So when you say top, select top 3, for example, it's going to return. Okay, sorry. Select all. Okay, I'm sorry. No, I don't know how I write the top. Sorry. Sorry, how can I write this top? I even forgot. Okay, I'll come back to it. I forgot how to write this top. So let's continue. Let's go to order. Let me select all again. So let's talk about order. I'll come back to this top if I recall. So let's talk about order. So order by is a clause that the sort is like a sorting. You know what sorting did in Excel? You sort it by descending or ascending order. That's what sorting is all about. So in SQL also we can sort. We can sort our data. So I can select all, then you can sort it by whatever you want to sort it. So I can say, so you are not writing sort by, you say order by, then you write the column that you want to order it by. If I say order by salary, it will sort the order by salary in ascending order. That's how it's going to look like. So you see, it starts from the smallest salary till the what? The highest salary, because it is what? By default, it is by ascending order. But if I want it in descending order so that the highest salary should be on top, then I'll come here and put descending like this. Now, if you execute, it will start from the highest salary, that is the 350, 350, then 60,000 will be the lowest salary. So that's what this order by did for you. And you can order it alphabetically. So we can use full name. So if I use descending, it's going to start from Z to A. So now if I select it, you see it will start from Sadia, Muhammad, Khadija, then till down. But if I remove this descending, I leave it ASC, that is for the ascending, whether you write it or not, it will definitely put it in ascending. So it begins with the null. Null is, it means empty. Then it will continue with Ahmad, Aisha, and all like this. It will what in ascending order. So this is what this order by did for you. So you can go ahead and use order by. So the next thing we are going to talk about, we are going to talk about group by. We're going to talk about group by. Sorry, I forgot about one thing. We are yet to talk about count. Oh boy. Before group by, let's talk about count. Have we talked about count, please? It just come to my mind. Have we talked about count? We didn't talk about count, right? Have we talked about count function? We did these things, but we did not treat count. No, okay, let's talk about count. So you all know what count did, but in this SQL, count, it just count the number of the things within the column. For example, now I want to count the number of the gender, it will count it for us. So let's try that. So I say select, then I say from Nigeria. So what I'm going to say, I'm going to write the count. I'm going to say count, then I will say gender. So I want to count gender. So when you count gender, look at what will happen. It will tell you you have 11 genders. That means you have 11 people. So it counts everything for you. That's what this count did for you. It counts everything for you. But let me tell you another thing that we just did. Let me ask you this question. What if now we don't want to count everything in the gender? We only want to count distinct gender. How do we do that? Don't forget, distinct return the names, the list for you. For example, now if I come here and say distinct, you see, it will only return male and female. Females and males for us. But if we use count, count will return what? Will return the total list of gender for us. How do we see the what? How do we know the count? If we want to know maybe distinct of the that we have, for example, now I want to know how many I have in gender. So it's supposed to show me two when we count. Maybe it's just only male and female to avoid that everything, to count everything together. So to do that, let me just show you so that I will not waste much time in that. So to do that, what you are going to do is just inside this count that you have, you apply the distinct uh, command in here. Please, all this, I don't want to compute because we are going to give you question. You are going to have your weekly assignment on this. And all you need to is to write all these queries and share with us. Please try to learn how to write these queries, how to put these queries together to have a very complex result. I just give you an example of this so that it is something that you will think how to do that. So inside this, you need to pass the distinct, you need to pass the distinct uh that command that you have, distinct command. You need to pass that command. And inside this, then you pass your what? You pass your agenda, you close it like this, then you execute. So when you execute, it will return what? It will return only two for you. That means you only have two genders in here. So now for the sector, if I turn it to sector, it will tell me how many sectors I have. You see, I have three sectors. So this is what this count did for you. Please understand this and so that you will know how to get this particular result. Okay, so that's it. So the next thing we are going to look at after this count. So you can do a lot of things with count. Don't worry, we are going to continue with it because the next thing we are going to talk about is group by. So let's talk about group by. So group by is like, how can I even put it to you so that you understand? Group by is like applying pivot table. It's like when you apply pivot table. For example, now I want to know, let me say this. I want to know how many people I have. How many people I have How many people are males? How many people are females? I want to know that. How many people are from graphic design? I want to know the count of people by department. So you use that, you use group by for you to see that. So let's do that. We're going to say select from Nigeria. So now what I'm going to say is I want to say select count. Let me say count sector. I want to show you something. Select count sector, group by sector. But don't worry, I want to show you something. I want to show you something. Look at what just happened. Now I want to count how many people we have by each sector. So now it just shows us 5. That's all what it shows to us. But if you ask me, okay, where are the sector? We don't know which sector has this 3, which sector has this, which sector has this. It's because you will not see it because you did not give the command to select the sector. Look at it in our select. We did not select the sector. All what we did is what we count the sector. So if we want to select the sector, we are going to say what select sector first, comma, then we go ahead and use the count. Now, if we execute, it will bring the sector for you. You see, data science, graphic design, software development, 335. So now I can put alias as number of employees. Number of employees by sector. So that number of employees by sector, you see, these are the number of employees that we have by sector. Please, do you understand this group by? Group by is very easy, but you need to understand how to do it. For example, now, like I told you, I want to know the salary by sector. I want to know the salary. I want to know the salary. How can I know the salary? So all I need to do is I can say select. I'm just deleting it so that you see how how I'm going to write it. So I'm going to say I want to know the total salary, but by sector, salary by sector. So what I'm going to say from Nigeria. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say select sector. I want to see the total salary per sector. Select sector, sum salary, group by sector. Now it will put all the sector here and it will put the total salary per each sector. You see, we have the sector, we have the salary. If I want by gender, then I will say select gender, then group by gender. Then I'll execute. Then it will put females are collecting 820,000 while males are collecting 380,000. Please understand all this. It's very, very easy. So when you do this, it's just you want to group and make sure whatever you select is what you are grouping. What you select is what you group in. Now I can group it by state. I can say states, then I can say group by what? Group by state. Now if I execute, it will give me this. You can't do this and say group by gender. There is no way you select state and you are grouping gender. It will give you error because you did not select what? You did not select gender and you cannot group by gender. Please, do you understand this? So that is when you started applying all this, you'll not get confused and you will know that this is how you do it. And it's very, like I told you, it's very, very awesome to use to write all these queries. Okay, let's move. The next thing we are going to talk about having clause. Having. That's the name of the clause. Having. 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 Okay. What this having did is, it's like, you know what where did for you is just to filter something using where something is equal to something. This having is used to filter an aggregation using group by. Whenever you applied an aggregation using group by, you use this having for you to do that. For example, for example, I want to see the department that their total salary, the total salary they paid is more than 500,000. I want to see that department. Please understand what I just said. I want to see a department, a sector, where the total salary that sector paid is more than 500,000. I want to group it by, I want to group such gender. I want to group them by what? I want to group them by their department, by their sector. I want to see the sector. So you use that having clause to do that. So that's what this having is all about. So let's see how to do that. Um, to do that, let's say, okay, I said we want is, let me say I want department. So let me start selecting. Select from Nigeria. So we want the sector. So we are going to say sector. Sorry. So I'm going to say sector, then sum salary. So now if I select sector, then I sum the salary, then I group by salary. You see, okay, sorry, I group by sector. I'm supposed to put sector, not salary. Sorry. Okay. So this is what we have. So now what we want to say, what we are saying is, now we want to apply another criteria. Let's just even say 350,000, not 500. Another criteria we want to apply is that we only need to see the sector that is paying more than 500,000 in it. So that word we are going to use having. So we are going to say having salary greater than 500,000. Then we execute. Sorry, it is not contained in. Okay. Okay, let me group it by, no. No. Some salary, okay, sector, group by sector. Yeah. 500? What is this saying? No. 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 Let me just think something. I'm coming. No. What have I done wrong? Oh, I did something wrong in this. Okay, yeah. I know I made a mistake. I made a mistake. Having some salary, I need to put this is greater than 500,000. I need to put that some salary is greater than 500,000. I'm just looking at the query. Let me execute it and see. Yeah, I know I made a mistake. Okay. The mistake I made is I didn't put this sum because the salary shouldn't be a loan. I need to put this sum salary greater than this because that's where the filter is. This is how the having clause is going. So that's how it is. So this is what I just did. So I sum the salary first here. That's what I did. I summed all the sector salary here. And under this having clause, I put a filter for only the sector that I want to return, where their total salary is what? Is more than what? Is more than 500,000. Let me give you another scenario. Maybe I want to know the number of staff by each sector, but I want to know which sector has more than 4 staffs. I want to know that. Which sector has more than 4 staff? So I can come here and say count sector, then group by sector where count sector is greater than 4. That means where the steps from that is more than four. If you execute, you see, it's only software development that has what? More than four steps. So let me say where it is more than three. You see, it's only software development has more than three. Where it is more than two. Okay, sorry. Yeah, it's supposed to show that. Yeah, so it's only this has more than two. So only data, all of them, they have more than two. So only this has more than three, and only this has more than two. Or I can say equals to this, yeah, like this, and it's going to show this. So this is how to apply this having under using this group by. Then you apply another criteria, and that criteria will bring out this aggregation for you the way you did it there. So please understand this. So if I want to know maybe average of the salary, or I want to know the sum, or I want to know the minimum, or I want to know whatever, I can do that. So you see on this particular minimum, you can know the minimum salary per each sector. You group it by sector. You can know the minimum salary per each state. You group it by state. You can do a lot of things using this, and you can apply this. Please let me tell you this. If you're watching this having clause, please pay attentively and understand what this having clause is all about, because it's one of the most complex or commonly used command that maybe even during interview you cannot escape this having clause. Normally, they used to ask this having clause just to confuse people on how to apply filter to aggregation that has to do with group by. Take note, you only use this having clause using group by, because when you use group by, you cannot use where. You cannot use where. So you only use having in place of where. So whenever you use group by and you want to filter it by you want to filter it based on a particular aggregation that you have, please take note. You use having clause for that. So that having clause is attached to what? Group by. Understand this, please. Understand this so that you will not get confused. Please understand this. Okay. So the next thing we are going to talk about is we are going to start talking about join. We are going to talk about what? Join. That's what we are going to talk about. Okay, sorry. We are going to talk about join. Join, let me explain it to you. It's like modeling. We did data modeling with you. You see how to do that, how to link this table with this table, this table with this table in SQL. In Power BI, I show you how to do that. You all know how to do that using the primary key and secondary key. You all know that. So I don't need to waste my time to explain much in that, to explain that to you. So just understand that. So join is like that. Well, now let's say we have different tables in this database that we are using, which is Hammad. So let me see, select all from, let's say we have this table that we are using Nigeria. That's the table we have been using. So let's say we have another table that is called salary. So this is the salary. We have this table salary, and we have a table Nigeria. Okay, sorry. Sorry, I'm just seeing one blue, something like that. I don't know how I got this blue. I don't know. But I don't even know if you can see it, but it's okay. So we have you see we have select all. I just show you. Select all from Nigeria. Please look at it well and see how what are the columns we have. Look at the columns here. We have name, full name, and what. Hello, please, can you hear me? Can you all hear me, please? If you can hear me, let me know, please. Okay. Okay, thank you. So I said we have another table. We have another table which is salary. So if you look at the salary, we have name, number of salary, number of pending salary, and type of contract of each particular staff. That's what we have. So we want to concat these two tables now. We want to find out a lot of things using these tables. Maybe we want to use a common key that this table has, which if you look at this salary with this Nigeria has NIN, and that salary also has what? Has NIN. So maybe we want to use this NIN key that we have for us to what? For us to know the number of salary paid to a particular staff, or number of pending salary a particular staff is pending, or maybe type of contract that a particular staff has. So this is what this join is all about. Hello, can you hear me? My network started something bad, so I don't know if we can continue to finish this, but let me see. I'm swapping to another network. So if that one is good and quite okay, we can continue with it. But I don't know. Let me just swap to another one. Can you hear me, please? Can you hear me? Please, once you are not hearing me, just let me know so that we are not going to I'm going to see where I can. So I'm changing the network. So let me see if this one is stable. We continue with it. Okay. So like I said, we want to use this join to analyze the two tables and know whatever we want to know between the two tables. The way we did it in Power BI, I know it's not that confusing to you because you know how to do it there, and we all learned that in Power BI. So now that's what join is all about. There are four types of join that we are going to discuss today. We have inner join, we have left join, right join, and we also have full join. These are the four joins that we are going to discuss, and you're going to learn what these four joins did and what you can do with all these four joins. Number one thing, let's start with the inner join. Let's talk about the inner join. So for the inner join, when you use inner join, for example, you want to find something from inner join using inner join, what it will do for you is that it will look at the two tables using the keys that are common between the tables, and it will return the data, only the data that is present from first table and second table. That's what it will do for you. Data that is commonly present between the two tables, and it will ignore the rest of the data. That's what inner join did for you. Please understand this. Please don't get confused so that when we start talking about that one, you'll not get confused. What inner join did, return the data that is common between the two tables. For example, now, if I have this NIN in this table and I have it in that table, it will return this data for me. But any data that I have here, but I don't have it in the other table, it will not return the data for me. That's what this is all about. Please understand this. Okay. So what we are going to do now, let's say um I want to select all the data. For example, I want to select all the data. Now, I want to select all the data from table 1 and table 2. Let's consider table 1 to be the Nigeria and our table 2 to be what? Our salary table. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say select all from Nigeria. So now the next thing is for us to use the inner join. Then I'm going to say inner join. So when you put inner join, then you write the name of the table you are joining them together. So the inner join is salary. I'm joining them using what? The salary. Then when you are joining them, with what are you joining them? I'm joining them on what? I'm joining them on their salary. That is, I'm going to say on Nigeria dot salary is equals to salary dot nin. That is this salary that you see. This salary that you see is this particular salary. And we are joining them with what? With this. Okay, I'm joining them with Nigeria dot nin and also salary dot nin. That means this table of Nigeria, I'm joining them on nin. That is, nin is our common key that we have here and that what we have there. So it means nin is what will join them together for us. So that's what this means and that's what we just did. So now, when I execute this, it will return everything for us. Everything. That's what it will return for us. It will return everything for us. But look at it now. It return all this data that you see, about 8 of them. It means this data is present in that table and it's also present in table A and it's present in table B. Look at what we just did. You see, now we have this particular person, let's say Hammad. In post table, this is where it's top under position. You see, this nin is the same with this nin. And now we can see the number of salary paid to this person. We can also see the number of pending salary. We can also see the number of the type of contract. That means we use this inner join to concat the entire two tables together, to match them together and arrange them together. Now, let me show you something. It's not only to select everything. Let's say we don't want to select everything. What we want to select, we just want to select the full name, which is from table 1, the full name and the number of pending salary. Let's say full name, salary, number of pending salary. That is pending month. That's what we want. So let me just write it and see. We want to select what we are selecting: full name or comma, salary, comma, number underscore of pending or number of salary paid, and also number of what? Pending month. These are the only 4 tables that we want to see. That's the only 4 tables. So let's execute it. You see, we have the full name, the salary, number of salary paid, and number of pending salary. All that we have done, the group by, the distinct, the count, and whatever, you can go ahead and do it using this inner join and join all the 2 tables and keep working with the 2 tables. Look at it now. These 2, that is full name and salary, are from table 1, table A, while this and this are from table what? Are from table 2. But now we have them together and we match them together and they give us all what we want in the same way. So what I want to tell you is, please don't forget what inner join did. Don't forget that what inner join did. Okay, so let me put all and execute it again. So the next thing we will talk about is we are going to talk about right join. Okay, for the right join, what right join did is that it will return all the data that you have in table B. It will return all the data that you have in table B, and it will only return the data that is common from table A in table B. That's what it will do for you. So all the data of table B, it will come out, it will return it for you, all the data from table B, but it will only return the data that is common from table A, that is present in table A from table B, but it will not return all the data from table A. That's what it will do for you. So all the data that in table B will appear, but only those that are present in table B that will appear from table A. That's what this right join will do for you. So let me put it so that I think if I explain it, you'll understand better. Now look at it now. From table A, we are going to table B, that is from salary table. We are going to have everything from salary table. That way we have everything. But from our Nigeria table, we are not going to have everything. We will have only the data that is common in table B. That why we only have this 8 and 10. Look at it. We have this, but anyone that we don't have, it will just show null. We have this. We also have this because they are present in this table, and we don't have this. We don't have this. We don't have this. That means all this null, 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 null. It means they are present in table A, but they are not present in table B. And that why it return it for us. So this is what this right join will do for you. It will return all the data from table B, and it will only return the data that is present in table E from table A. So that's what right join did. For the left join, it will return all the data from table A, and it will only return the data that is present in table A from table B. That's what this left join will do for you. Let me execute it and you will see it. You see now it return all the data from table A. You see we don't have any null under table A. But under table B, look at it. This data that has null, 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 look at it. It means this data, you look at it now, is present in table A, but is not present in table B. All these two, null, 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 it means they are present in table B, but they are not present in table A. That's why table A return all its data. That means this new number that you see, this new number is not present in table B, but it is present in table A. That's why table A return everything. But table B will only return the new number that are present in what? In this, and those that are not in table B. Please understand this inner join so that you will not get confused. Me too, I'm just getting the explanation is not the way I even want to do it for you. It's just like kind of twisting in my mouth. I don't know if you are understanding it, but I think you are. Like I explained it to you, let me say it again so that you're not confused. Or maybe if I use full join, you will understand it more when I use full join. I don't know. But let's use the okay, let me say it again. I told you inner join will return the data that is present in table A and also present in table B. That's the only data you are going to see when you apply inner join. We did that. That why in inner join, you are not going to see any null. So it means all this data that you see, the same name, all these are the same. That's inner join. Put it aside. For the right join, it means all the data from table B will appear. All the data from table B will appear. But only the data that is common with table A and B is going to appear from table B or from table A. So it means all table B data will appear, but table A is going to look at what do we have common from table A and B. That's all what table A will bring. But any other things from table A is going to show null, 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 null. Because even if it is present in table A, since it is not present in table B, it's not going to appear because we are using right join. Right join means we are bringing all the data from the right table, that is table B, and we are linking it with the what? With the data that is common from table A, which is in this case, in our Nigeria table. And for the left join, it means it will bring all the data from table A, but it will only bring the data that is common from table B. But take note, any data that is not common, it will just write null, 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 null for us. That means we have this NIN number is not present in table B. These two names, as you can see, null, 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 it means we have them in table A, but we did not have them in what? In table B. That's what it means. So let's talk about the full join. For the full join, it will bring everything. It will bring everything. That means it will bring all the data from table A and all the data from table B. But take note, any data that is present from the data is present in table A, but it is not present in table B, it will write null for you there. Any data that is present in table B, but it is not present in table A, it will write null for you there. That's all what it means. So now when we execute, look at it. It brings all the data from table A. You see all the names are present, but now all these are null. That means all of these are not present in table B. And that way you see under table B, we have them here. All of them are present here. But here, since we don't have them, they are null. But now since we have them here, we have the data. Please, do you understand this? This is what this inner join, full join, outer join, left join did. And like I told you, I just use all for you to see everything. I can come here and select only full name. Full name, and let's say type of contract. Let's just select type of contract. Oh, yeah. Type underscore of contract. Let me select type of contract. So full name and type of contract. Now, if I execute, you see, it will return. You look at it now. It return this name, this, and the type of contract that this person wants. But look at it. We have another types of contract of these people, casual, fixed, but we don't have their full name. Where is their full name? It means we missed something. It means we missed something. That means we don't have their full names, but we have their contract. We have their types of contract, but we don't have their full names. So this is what this full join did, and what outer, what did I say? Inner join, left join, and also right join did for you. So please don't worry, you can watch this because this join are among the most complex query in SQL. But believe me, watch this video, just watch it, apply this, understand this. Before you did any complex query with this join, just select all so that you can see what it's showing you. I will repeat this explanation. Let me see whether maybe it will help you. I think it will help you a lot. So what I'm going to say, let me you do this explanation with just a little example. Let me just do it for you. Let's say, for example, I have a let's say I have A, B, C. Let me call it, this is part, let me say this is 1. That is table 1. For table 2, I have D, E, F, for example. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is when you use, okay, let me add, for example, G, H, I. Here I can add, for example, let me just add K and L. For example, let me see if this will help. So again, I will add another thing here. I will add A, B again here. Okay. So now, let me just remove it so that it will not be that much. Let me explain this, please. If you are going to apply inner join, the only thing inner join will return to you based on these two tables that we have. Inner join will only return what to you? It will only return A and B for you. It will only return A, B for you. Why? Because AB is the only data that is common in what? In this, and is common in this. That's what inner join will do for you. Please understand. It will only return the common data for you. We are over. Are you done with inner join? You understand inner join now. Let's move. Now, for the left join, this table, consider it as your table 1, like we said. This is table 2. For the left join, let's say right join. Or let me start with the left join. For the left join, it will return everything that you have here. That is A, B, C, K, L. All this, it will return to you. Let me do this for you. It will return all this for you. And it will only return the data that is present in here for you. That is A and B also will be here. So it will add A and B for you here again. Why? Because all this data will come up and it will return AB for you, because AB is also common in the data and you are going to see AB. What will happen is that the place where we have this D, E, F, since they are not present in this one, then we are going to see null, null, null. Three nulls. Why? Because we don't have D, we don't have E, we don't have F on that table A. That what left join will do for you. Again, for the right join. Now, let's remove this. For the right join, what right join will do for you? Right join will bring everything here. Sorry, it will bring everything from table 2. And it will only bring those that are common from table A, which is the same AB. It will come here and bring AB. While under CKL, it will write what? It will write null, null, null for you. Because CKL are not present in what? Are not present in table B. That's what it will do for you. The last thing is full join. What full join will do for you is that full join is normal. What full join will do for you? Full join will bring all this. Full join will bring all this. It will also bring all this. But what full join will do for you is that under A, B, you also see data from this table too. But take note, under CKL, it will show what? Null, null under table B. But it will show the data under table A. And under DEF, it will show null under table A, but it will show the data under table B. So this is exactly what this joint is all about. I don't know if you understand this, but this is all what I can. Believe me, this is all what I can explain. And I believe maybe when you will watch the video, it will help you and you'll understand what this is all about. So I think this is exactly what I'm going to teach you in this SQL, and this is where we're going to wrap up this SQL class. So to wrap everything up, what I'm just going to tell you is please practice. Oh, okay, sorry, I have to talk about that top. Sorry, let me see the top. Let me delete everything and see if I can top. Okay, let me select everything, select all from Nigeria. So if you want to get the top. Okay, what I didn't put, I think, is to put the top before this asterisk. Let's say I want to get the top 3. So when we execute, yeah, so it will bring only top 3. So this is how you put the top. I'm sorry. Before I forgot. I didn't put this asterisk before. That's why I couldn't do it. So it just bring the top 3 for you. If you want the top 4, just put top 4 asterisk. Then it will bring top 4. These are the top 4. If you want top 5, it will bring the top 5. If you want top 1, for example, it will bring the top 1 for you. So that's what it is, and that's how you apply this. And please, it's not by order. It's not ascending or descending. It just means top 5 from here. That means the top, like this. That's what it is all about. Please don't think it is by maybe the way we use large and small. No, that is not how it is. It's just top like that. That's how it works. Okay, so that's what I didn't teach you was the top, so I forgot. I told you, if I recall, we'll talk about it. So it's because before I removed that asterisk, that's why it didn't work. Okay, so to wrap everything up, you see, you need to practice all what you have learned, please. All this, if you didn't learn it, believe me, you will forget it. All this that I'm doing to you is something that I learned for years. And that's why I have to bring it up from my head to teach you this based on my understanding, based on how I understand it. And that's why I'm teaching you all this. So if you have that knowledge, you have it in you and it's in you. You don't need anything. All you need to, even after some years, you can teach it and you can also explain it to people to understand, so that people will easily understand what you are telling them and they will know that, yes, this is what we have learned, and they can go ahead and practice this. You too, you need to practice it. You need to start doing it. All these things before, when I'm learning them, I even have a dream of all these queries. Sometimes I will fall asleep, I will be dreaming all these queries, having by all these complex queries. I'm the one to come up with all this. If you want, now I can write a very complex query for you, which will confuse you. And it's based on what you have learned. So it all has to do with how you put the knowledge into practice, how you try to learn it and understand it. And all this, sometimes you don't know when it will come in handy. You don't know that. But believe me, in as much as you are living, definitely one day this knowledge will come in handy and you will love and you will love that. Okay, this is all what I have learned, and this is It's very easy, especially this having by inner join, full join, outer join. You see a lot of people talking about SQL will be talking about all this. So you when you start looking at it, you just be laughing and just say, "Wow, this is something very, it's just piece of cake and it's not something that difficult. Believe me, it's not difficult at all. It's just for you to learn. It's just for you to put it in practice, into practice, master it, keep writing the queries, try to create a very complex query in this, and you can do it within just short period of time. You will learn everything. And all this that you can see, that's why I told you many people that are using big data, that are working with big data, they will not go to a Excel. They'll not go to Excel. They'll just come to SQL and just do everything. Okay, there is one thing we didn't treat. Please, I'm sorry, there is one thing we didn't treat. All this that you have done, I didn't show you how to save it. Because someone will ask, you didn't ask me this question. So when we just apply all this analysis, how are we going to save the data? Please, everything you have done here, if you want to save it, just come under here, right click, and just click on save result. So when you click on save result, you see it's going to be saved as comma separated value. Just name it. Maybe you know the count of sector, or count of staffs by gender, or count of staff by sector, or count of staffs by LGA. Just you write the name and you save it. It's going to be in Excel. When you open it, it's going to look like that. So let me just try and do it for you. Let me just open it somewhere. Okay, let me just call it base data. I just put base date. So let me just open it. Sorry. So it's going to be in Excel file. Let me open the data. Let me share my screen with you. We are going to see the data. Data we have just saved there. So let me open it for you. I'm sharing my screen with you. I just save it as base date. So you see, look at it. Look at the data we just have there. So any query we did, you just save it like this and you create it like this. When you import it inside your Power BI, you start creating and developing your, what do you call it? Your visualization. Or you take it to Excel, you create your visualization, or you do whatever you want to do with the data. So this is exactly how you do that. Okay, so let me see what do we have next. So we don't have anything. Please, the next thing, if you have a question, please ask your question and I will respond to your question. If you don't, then we call it a day. If you have a question, you ask your question. If you don't, we call it a day. Then I'll put all the videos together and I will share with you. Yes, you can load a new database now. You can create new database and just use the name of the database and you continue. Even now, I have a lot of database. If I want, I can use them. I have a lot of them now, but I just use that Hammad with you. So you can use any database that you want, any database. After creating table, how can I add another column in the data? I think I'll show you how to do that. I didn't show you how to do that. You need to update. Inside that create table, you need to create another one and update the table. Like the way you did that, then you add the column. Just add column in that, it will work. Someone say for any for any query result, any result you have, you query it. Any result you query it. If you want, please go ahead. You just go ahead and save it. For anyone, any query any result you got, you go ahead and you save it. No, I can't tell you how many weeks it takes me because let me tell you, I've been working this SQL knowledge I told you, I'm talking about like about 15, 16 years now. So it's not yesterday. So I can't tell you maybe how many years it takes me to be at this point. I started working since 2009, 10. I know SQL. So you see, it's just not today. So yeah, so that's how it is. It is. So that I tell people, please don't rush all these things, maybe, but just take it easy. In as much as you keep practicing them, is something that you will master it. It just be at the back of your heart. So you don't need any. something. All you need is just keep. uh, No, you cannot. No, the answer is no. Please, do you have question? If you have question, you ask. But please, I know some people say that they say it's not seeing the database. Check the group. There is a link I shared with you how to solve that, how to troubleshoot that problem on your laptop. There is a video I drop on that. Just go and check. You will see that. That what I said. For each analysis result you have done, you save it. That what I said. For each analysis result you have done, you save the file. That's what I said. Because SQL will not save it for you if you did not save it. It will not save it for you. That was some people when they are querying in SQL, they are writing, they are creating report on SQL. They are creating report. That why they are just making a comment. On each query, they make a comment. They go down, they create another query, they make a comment. So even if they are not around, they left it there. When somebody's come, we'll just start executing the queries and see the result that they have achieved. Okay, so in the absence of any question, I think this is where we are going to call it a day. And we wrap the week 17 with you. So I think we are going to meet on week 18 on Wednesday, where I think, yeah, we are going to wrap it up seriously because this is just what we are going to do in SQL so far. There are other things in SQL, it's not all, but yeah, for now, I believed what you have learned is something that I believed will allow you to work with it and you can do a lot with it. And yeah, you can go ahead and keep learning other things that you want on your own if you would like. But next week, I think we'll talk about data sharing and other things, the reporting and all this presentation and whatever. Then I think you'll go for your capstone project, the final project. Then after that, we come back week 20 and wrap everything up. That's it. It's been a long week, so we've been here like 17 weeks, so 17 weeks not easy. So thank God we are here and we are going to call it a day. So see you next this week. So is it this week or next week? It's not even next week now. We are still in the week. So see you on Wednesday and then we can see what we can do then. Thank you so much and I wish you all the best. Have a wonderful dream. Bye bye.